Yes. So now we've got Flavia Revkolevsky. I hope I said your name properly. Please let me know if I didn't. Flavia is joining us today from Brazil. She's a curious and creative entrepreneur who helps NGOs develop meaningful relationships with individual donors. For more than 20 years, Flavia has led fundraising teams and helped grow the donor bases of organizations such as Greenpeace, CARE, Plan International Brazil. Flavia is a managing partner at Tools for Change, where she develops face-to-face campaigns. She is a co-founder, I would love to talk to her more about this. She is a co-founder of Women in Fundraising Brazil. Flavia will be talking about a small charity that made a huge impact, and they did it in a way that is usually reserved for much bigger organizations. So let's find out why Flavia was so impressed with this charity's fundraising by watching her presentation. Over to you, Flavia.
Hello from Brazil. I am Flavia Lang. I am a fundraiser for over 20 years, and I'm here to share with you this campaign, Superação, that it means in literal translation, super action or overcome. This is a campaign run by Bairro da Juventude. It's an organization in the south of Brazil that works to guarantee rights for children and their families. They do that mainly through education, and they have 1,500 children, adolescents, and young people from daycare to professional courses. They are in the city of Criciúma, that is a city with 215,000 of inhabitants. So it's a small city of Brazil. When I was there visiting and knowing a little bit more about their fundraising programs, they share with me this incredible program that is Superação, that has as its stakeholders the supermarkets, their providers, media, community, and the NGO. And you should be thinking, and asking what is the difference from this program to any other cause-related market program or something like this. So the main difference here is like when you talk about cause-related market, for example, we're talking about the product. So you have one product, a percentage or a fixed amount, or one brand, or a group of products, or one day, or, it's usually attached with the program, the product, or like a small period. And in this case, they don't have like one product. The main difference is the partnership is with the supermarkets, and the supermarkets go in their supply chain with the talking with the brands to find a product to be the star of the campaign. And the products change. So every 3 months, it's a new product, a new campaign, and, different in percentage. So can be, different amounts donated depending on the cost of the product, and they are building this like quarterly. And this campaign has been running for 10 years and growing. So they start small, very small, with just the supermarkets that were in the city. So, and then they grow to the whole state of Santa Catarina. So they grow from a couple of stores in the city to 70 stores in the whole state. And the second big difference is we're not talking about one supermarket. We are talking about like 4 big supermarkets from that region that has each one several stores that come together to make this campaign. So it's like competitors join together to do a campaign. Here in Brazil, we have like something like a restaurant week, that a couple of restaurants or hundreds of restaurants goes in 1 week, and one part of the percentage of the dinner goes to an organization. But the difference here is it's not for 1 week, 1 month. It's like a quarterly campaign running like forever, because now we are already in the 10th anniversary of the campaign. So it's a really nice initiative. So if you look, the sum up of the campaign, so these 4 supermarkets, they are in Santa Catarina, and they have like 70% of the market. Santa Catarina has 7 million people. So they go from 210,000 people to 7 million people. And they invite a provider, a brand, a product to be in the campaign. They increase sales, and they generate unrestricted money through this Superação campaign to Bairro da Juventude to support educational programs. That's great, right? So this is an ad of the campaign. So you can see like these 4 supermarkets together. The price is the same price in all the markets, so it's exactly the same campaign, and all of them promote the product in their own supermarket stores. If you sum up, so you have like now 70 stores in Santa Catarina. They come from local to global to the state, from 7 million people, from local brands, products that were from the region, to global brands that has an increase of 35% in the sales. They have the support of the media with more than 500 monthly insertions in the radio, and raise $200,000 a year. So that's incredible, right? I wish I had thought about this before. As a fundraiser, we know that if you don't ask, you don't get. So like they just, think about something that was not exactly, people doesn't do this very often, go with the competitors together, and they make the campaign, they test, they improve, they test again, they reinvent, because they believe that was an opportunity there. They didn't give up in the first challenge, and this is the reason that they go from local to global. Local because they were just in a few stores in the city. Now they are in the whole state with global brands supporting the campaign. And this is like for any size of organization, because they are not the big one, they are not in the whole country. So you can think about this, you can dream big. And if you dream big together, because they dream big with the supermarkets and build strong relationships, that is worth, you are going to get there. Thanks a lot to be with me for this time. And I'm going to be here for questions. Thank you. Bye.
I know. Wow. You go first.
That was incredible. When you introed it as an idea coming from a smaller org, I have to be honest, I was expecting small impact, but that assumption was blown out of the water. I mean, Flavia demonstrated what we call here in the States public-private partnerships at best, how competitors became collaborators around a common cause. I mean, so much rich outputs, which lead you to highlight the outcomes. Just such fantastic work. I look forward to hearing more from Flavia about what she's learned from honing in on the idea.
Absolutely. Let's bring her up.
Oh, exciting.
Hello. I'm very
like this truly is the Americas. We've got Brazil, the United States, and Canada. This is incredible.
I'm very happy to be here and join you. It's the first time that I come for the event.
It's something that came to mind for me was how when working with corporate first of all, I love that a small organization was able to overcome the challenge of scale. They were able to really be innovative around creating a partnership that was scalable. And sometimes working with corporations, it's all about promoting the corporate brand. But this campaign looked to me like it was really putting the cause first, the community impact first. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, Flavia?
Yes, I think there is a I think 3 or 4 people from the organization that are listening here.
Oh, good.
So
Well, yes.
if they have something to add, they can just add in the
Good.
chat also, right? So
I'll watch the
thank you.
chat.
Yes, I'm happy that they could come. So the thing is, I met the organization. I was invited. I'm an individual donor fundraising, right? So I went there to look and exchange information about this. And when I was there, I was like, wow, this is something very impressive. They were in the starting of the program. It was like, I think the second year, and I have been following them from that time now. And I think that is the thing, you know, like they put the cause first, and they don't have like the barriers, you know, to like, you know, what you can do to make a huge impact. So let's go for it. So let's invite 4 different brands, supermarket brands, to join, and they invited and they join, you know. So I think this is that leads to the biggest impact, you know. They just go for it, and because the cause is first, you know. So
Mm-hmm. We have a question there in the chat, Tysley. Can you see it from Sarah?
Yeah. So, Flavia, again, I too want to extend gratitude and lots of appreciation. But we've got a question from Sarah. And Sarah is really wanting to know, do you have any advice for getting corporate partners on board at the very beginning? It seems like once you have shown some success after you've started, it gets easier. And I think you've said they've been doing this for 10 years or so. But at the beginning, what are your thoughts on how to get corporate partners to the table in the beginning, and how to get them to buy into your cause and to your vision versus pushing their product or service? What are your thoughts on that?
yes, this is a challenge. I think it's a challenge for everybody, but I think that the first thing is you have to believe in your organization and ourselves, and believe that what you are offering makes sense for the corporate sponsor, and like study them to see, you know, like what they are looking for, you know, and build a program together that makes sense, not just for us, but for everybody. Because I think one of the big differences is like this program makes sense for everybody, you know. I was talking to Ney from Bairro da Juventude, and he told me, you know, now we have the monthly meetings with the supermarket, and when you finish, the 4 owners of the supermarket say like, you know, can you use your meeting room for a while, you know, and talk a little bit more about business, you know. So the whole thing, you know, makes sense for them, for us, for the community, for the media, for everybody.
Yeah, and that's part of the story that we haven't highlighted yet, is that the stores made more money too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a win.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about exponential social impact. Flavia, I think you have certainly centered something that has gotten lots of interest, lots of attention, and things that we can replicate. I mean, you introduced here elements of this campaign that we can all take back and to integrate. And especially if we're giving thought to when we're designing things, how do we aim for that win-win-win? So, Flavia, any closing thoughts?
I think I'm a very big fan of this organization. So I always talk to them because I really think that they do this different stuff. And one of the things that I really like is that they dream big, really big, you know. So I was talking to them, and now they are building an innovation center, you know, there in Criciúma. So it's a new building for the community. So they do a really impressive work. Well, about the campaign, what I think is like you have to forget your barriers, you know. Like sometimes it's challenging, but like when you think, you know, like they did, you know, like 4 different supermarkets. Like I cannot imagine, you know, Walmart with 2 other big brands, you know, doing together. But they imagine and it worked. So I think our biggest barrier is ourselves.
Yeah.
You know? So if you can, you know, go over that, we are going to be, you know, doing much better.
Yeah.
Raise much more money. you know.
It's like shifting to that abundance mindset and asking your potential collaborators and partners, what is possible if we come together, is a very innovative approach to fostering collaboration within the community. I love this campaign.
Yes, me too. It was like, you know, I really loved it. So thank you. I'm very happy to be here and share. And if you need to exchange more information, you can just send me a message too, and I can introduce them for you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay.
How do you say your last name? Did I get it right? Revkolevsky?
Yes, you did it right. It's Flavia Revkolevsky. Yes.
Wonderful to meet you.
Yes.
Well,
Me too.
thank you, Flavia. All